Costco monthly grocery shopping by a naturopathic doctor and holistic nutritionist, and healthy snack options for Halloween. These fruit bars are a great snack option for kids in Halloween. The reason I like them is that they're non-GMO and only 2 ingredients, whole fruits. These organic fruit bars aren't bad either, not as good as the other ones. They are organic, but if you look, they have some natural flavors in them and additional ingredients. Organic unroasted cashews, great alternative to these pre-mixed trail mix because they mostly contain inflammatory seed oils. Make your own trail mix. Some of the things I buy monthly are these sardine fillets, wild caught and delicious. Don't knock them before you try them. Have them with some mayo, salt, lemon, pepper, and delicious. Great source of protein and healthy fats. Love my olives, great source of healthy fats. Organic for only $8 for a whole jar. For rice, this is my go-to, the organic brown rice by Lundberg. Organic frozen berries, a lot of great options. I love to puree them and make them into a sorbet, so delicious in a blender. Love this grass-fed A2 protein yogurt for those that can tolerate dairy. Great with some seeds and fruit, excellent snack, good source of protein. Gotta love Lesser Evil popcorn, organic and no crappy seed oils. Gala apples must be organic, only $5. Organic avocados, 6 for $12, great source of healthy fats. I like these avocado cups also because they're individually packed and great as a snack option for dips. And sweet potatoes for making sweet potato chips in the oven.
That's awesome. So, there it is. The soundbite is so easy to follow. But the first, I guess question, we were talking about this earlier. You ever get called out? Are people actually following behind you and checking out what you're putting in your shopping cart and trying to emulate what you're doing?
A lot of times. And what's funny is once I was walking around in a rush and I had to get some things for a work event and a work party. So there was some things in my cart that I usually don't buy. And this lady was looking in my cart. I'm like, the one time that I see someone that notices me, I'm buying things that are not even for me. They're for a work event. Yeah. But yeah, it's very interesting. I've been stopped many times and people ask me, what are you talking about? Why are you avoiding that? Why are you picking this one? Like, when it came to oatmeal, I was doing a video talking about how you want to be sure that the oats you're eating are organic because, conventional oats are heavily sprayed with glyphosate, which is a pesticide. It wreaks havoc on the gut microbiome. And simple things like that, people were really appreciating because it's a simple swap, right? Yeah. And like you said, Dr. Murray, we're not trying to say these things to fearmonger and induce fear. We're just trying to share these health topics for people to make better informed decisions. And when you make that swap, it's with you forever. Like when you replace the toxic laundry detergent for a non-toxic, more natural alternative, you've made that swap and that investment, and it's changed and it's implemented day to day. So
and then it's just a part of the daily habit.
Exactly.
Weekly habit. It's not a big thing once you line everything up.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I heard you say this all the time. Toxins are not just, the caustic lye or bleach that's under the counter with the crossbones on it. These are often elusive things found in our food channels. You just talked. Let's unpack a little bit about what he was saying. One of which struck me because, of course, the latest administration is all about removing some of these things from our foods. But dyes. So on the program here, one of the things we do is ask the question and what science has, in terms of an answer. So consensus around, are food dyes bad for children? And the scientific evidence is actually quite clear. This green bar up here is that the evidence is yes. And this is probably one of the reasons why, the current administration is trying to get it out of our food line.
Important, yeah. I mean, California actually last year decided they're going to take out red number 7. And then I think FDA has just followed up with 2 more this year. So the plan is to eliminate them over the next few years from America.
Right.
They've never been allowed in the EU.
Yeah.
That's, to frame it that way. They understood what the science was years ago and wouldn't let those dyes be put in food, let alone children's food.
Today's episode of The First 7 Years is proudly brought to you by AskDrSears.com, your trusted source for expert parenting advice, nutrition tips, and natural health solutions. With over 50 years of pediatric experience, the Sears family is dedicated to helping parents raise happy, healthy children. Visit AskDrSears.com to learn more and discover their wealth of resources designed for every stage of your child's development. Well, you like me. You're a dual citizen, aren't you?
No, I'm a Canadian
Oh, you're
citizen.
Canadian. Oh,
Yeah.
right. So I happen to be a dual citizen. But what we know about Canada is we often, have been ahead because of the EU on some of these topics. But what people want to hear about, and you made so simple, is avoid the food colors. And by the way, natural may not be as much better than artificial. But before we get to that, what about red 40, blue 1, red 5? What's it doing to our children?
Yeah, it's definitely causing attention issues. There's lots of research that support that. These artificial colors, flavors, the child's brain's can't handle those things. And then a lot of these kids are having these things and they go to school, they're supposed to sit down and learn and really, put pressure on their brain and just grow and evolve. And with these things pumping through their body, and oftentimes they're paired with sugar, the food that has them has sugar. So they're getting their blood sugar spiked, adding these colors and flavors in there. And it's just causing havoc on the child's brain. And it causes learning issues for sure and focus issues. And the research supports that.
Yeah. No, neuroinflammation, inflammation in the brain. And the result of that is irritated brain, which can't focus.
So let's start. So it's in baby formula. This is ridiculous. Let's start there. In your opinion, if that's not guilt or shame anybody, some moms can't breastfeed.
Yep.
If they've got to go over to a formula, what should they be looking for in a formula?
Yeah, for me, always based just historically, you've always historically had cow dairy milk formulas based, and then a few goat milk formulas based. In the last 2 years, both in Europe and especially in New Zealand, where I originally come from, they've developed sheep milk formula, similar to that Bellwether the yogurt that you showed there.
Yeah.
Which to me is the most palatable for a child and a baby, to break down the protein size, the fat size. So first of all, start looking at the base, either sheep or goat, just because dairy is like a time bomb going off at some point where the child may become sensitive to it. And then look for something that doesn't have anything added to it. Just like you're saying, you read the label. So most of the time, the big or the most obtrusive ingredients are the ones at the end of the list where they, are there. But also, we know now with the seed oils, that's something else we need to look out for, especially in infant formula.
All right. Well, here's some controversy. You said it. Seed oils, you say it all the time. What about them?
They cause inflammation. And the problem with them is a lot of the times they're exposed to heat, and those seed oils aren't meant to handle high heat. So they go rancid, they get oxidized, and they cause inflammation. And inflammation is the root of a lot of problems, causes neuroinflammation, like Dr. Murray said. And that is a thing that I constantly educate my patients on and my followers on. Hey, look out for the seed oils. That's an easy, low-hanging fruit to look out for, identify, and remove. And that'll give you huge investment in your health if you're avoiding seed oils as best as you can. And they're going to sneak in, and that's okay. Like when you go to restaurants, they're going to sneak in here or there. But when you can, avoid them. And that, for me, is at home. I don't allow any of those in my home.
Yeah. No, it's very simple at home. Olive oil and avocado oil.
Yeah.
That's it. I mean, great, easy.
Yep.
So which ones should we be avoiding? Just to be very clear about what seed oils
the canola oil, soybean oil, safflower oil, corn oil, all of those vegetable liquid oils are the concern. And as Dr. Murray said, the only ones I use are avocado oil, olive oil, only oils allowed in my home.